Hello everybody, Flamin' Shark back with another video, and this is the review to my blind commentary, blind reaction to Bakemonogatari episodes 9 and 10, the Nautical snake arc. It was pretty good. I would say this was the weakest arc of Bakemonogatari so far. Obviously I can't judge Tsubasa Cat, but given how much I already like Hanakawa, I think it's unlikely that I will like Tsubasa Cat less than Nautical Snake. But it was still Bakemonogatari, so, you know, it's not like it can be bad. But I will say this was probably my least favorite arc of the series so far, and that's not really saying a lot, because again, Bakemonogatari has been absolutely fantastic so far. But this arc felt, at least by Monogatari standards so far, felt okay. It just felt like an interesting little story. We met a character who I thought the story behind it was kind of solid, and I thought that the character herself was probably the least interesting of the girls we've met so far. You know, I'm really intrigued, and Senjo Gahara is amazing. Mayoi is fucking great. Fucking Suruga is fucking great. You know, so it's like, it doesn't matter if it's Senjo Gahara or Hachikuji or Kambaru, it doesn't matter. Like, all of them, I love them. Like, I could see the arguments for, like, if you said any of those three were your favorite girls, I could totally see it. Now, Nadeko, not so much. I think she was cute, she was kind of cool, but I didn't really gravitate towards her the way I gravitated towards the first three Monogatari girls, or Araragi for that matter. I fucking love Araragi. Like, let's not undersell Araragi. He's hilarious. He's a great protag. And between him and the three girls, I like all of them more than I like Nadeko. And I already like Hanakawa more than I like Nadeko. And Hanakawa hasn't even had her arc yet, but I fucking love her too. So it's like, all of them are great. Nadeko is probably like cool. Like, she's cool, I guess, but I don't really have much of an attachment towards her yet. I hope that potentially will change down the line. But I did think this was probably the weakest Monogatari arc so far. Again, though, it's Monogatari, so that's not as big of a, like a boo-hoo as it could have been with a different character or a different series. Because this series has been absolutely fantastic, and if Nautical Snake is on the weak side sauce of what this show is overall, or what this series, I mean, it is for Bake, because we literally only have one arc left, unless Tsubasa Cat shits the bed, and again, I highly doubt it will. I would say that this was the weakest arc of Bakemonogatari, and assuming this is also on the weak end of Monogatari in general, then Monogatari is going to be fucking fantastic, because if that's like the low end, because this was still good. Like, I still really enjoyed these episodes. I just think comparatively to a lot of the Monogatari so far, it was on the weak side. We'll see if you guys agree. I've talked to a few people. It doesn't seem like this opinion is that crazy. I was very curious, but based on what I've seen so far, it doesn't seem like this is a out there, like, hot take, like, oh my god, what are you talking about? Like, fucking Nadeko's the fucking best. Doesn't seem like the craziest take to say that I'm not the biggest fan of her or this arc. And, well, I'm not the biggest fan of her so far, or this arc in general. Thought it was decent, though. As far as, obviously, links should be down below in the description to Breach, Mega, and Streamable. Those should all be up. This should be the, this is the 2nd of November? Yeah, this is the 2nd of November. I'm trying to do daily November after my Hunter x Hunter nonsense with my new computer and all that pushed Hunter x Hunter back from Halloween to November 1st, which is kind of a shame, but it is what it is. It's not a big deal. But I'm really excited for more Bakemonogatari, because next time, because this was pre-recorded, like, I watched 9 to 10 the same night I watched Nautical Snake the same night I watched Suruga Monkey. So I watched, like, the last 5 episodes, the last 2 sets. Well, the next set, obviously 5 episodes as well, but it's the last set of Bakemonogatari, and I will go over this more in my 11 to 15 reaction. If you've somehow missed my explanation in the first Bake video. But after we finish Bakemonogatari, we will be reacting to Season 2, Part 1 of ReZero. So, Bakemonogatari will be finished, and then we'll do ReZero, and then once we finish ReZero, then we will react to the Kizumonogatari movies. So, and then, you know, move on to another thing and back and forth. And that's just the way that the one slot in my rotation is going to work. It's going to rotate between Monogatari series and various short anime until I finish Monogatari, and then, you know, we'll figure it out from there. I'm not worrying about that because that's, you know, a long ways down the line. I mean, I'm gonna be, you know, by the time that happens, I'm gonna be like shit deep into JoJo. Who knows? I might even be done with JoJo by then. I mean, like, it's gonna be way down the line. I'll probably not be done with JoJo, but I'm gonna be deep into that shit. So obviously, just to give you perspective, that's going to be way down the line when I catch up to the Monogatari series. And that's assuming we don't get any more adaptations between now and then. I mean, that's the other thing, too, is that I know that the Monogatari novels are, like, way past the anime adaptations, which is actually kind of really cool, because that means that we have plenty of room for more, since clearly the series is popular, given how many Monogatari adaptations we've already had. But, yeah, it's a really good show. I don't know how to rate this series. If Tsubasa Cat is really, really good, I could see myself going 10, but it's so hard. It's so hard because it feels like Bakemonogatari really does feel like I'm just scratching the tip of the iceberg, but it's also so good. I don't know what to do with this show. It's probably going to be a 9 in my ratings, but I almost feel like it could become a 10 like down the road, because I do change my scores occasionally, like especially with the 9s and 10s, like that's where it gets really, because basically if I give a show a 9 or a 10, I fucking loved it, and I basically had almost no problems with it, and then it starts to get into kind of nitpicking, and I feel like this one's a 9 that could jump to a 10 based on other Monogatari sus, and just kind of in hindsight, but it's a great show. It really has started out so strong. It's one of those series that, like, just right out of the gate. And I get that for an adaptation, you know, it was like, I mean, quote-unquote one core. I guess it's kind of longer. I mean, I don't know at what point does one core not become one core anymore, because I know we accept 12. Basically, if it's less than 12, we'll call it a core. If it's 12, it's a core. If it's 13, it's a core. I imagine if it's 14, it'd still be one core. Is 15? I don't even know. I would have to look at I'd actually love to see a definition of that exactly. But anyways, it's a really weird number, obviously, 15 episodes, but, you know, do what you gotta do, get it done, and they've clearly done that. I've been very impressed with Monogatari, with Bakemonogatari, and I'm super excited for the other Monogatari series, but I'm also excited for a little break from Monogatari for like a month or two, or however long it'll take. To finish ReZero, because obviously ReZero is going to take a little while because of I have those OVAs that are long as shit. I don't even know if I'm going to do both of them in one video or do them in separate videos, because they're pretty long. And then I have, obviously, the 13 episodes of Season 2 Part 1. So obviously it's going to take me a little while to get through ReZero, Season 2 Part 1, before we jump into the films, the Kizu films. But it's going to be nice to have a bit of a break from Monogatari, because that'll give me a chance to probably rewatch Bake again, as well as just absorb Bake, because I feel like there's so much craziness in Bake that, and I assume this is going to be a recurring theme throughout Monogatari, that I kind of need to absorb it a little bit. And that's kind of the other reason why I think this will be a show that I don't know, like I did the 2 sets in one night, but I think most times I record it, I'll only watch the 1 set, because I think it's one of those things where you kind of have to absorb it, and it's like, oh my god, that was fucking Monogatari, Jesus fucking Christ, you know what I mean? I think that really applies to this series, and that's not a bad thing. Like, that's a very good thing, but it's a very sus series, to say the least. I really have enjoyed Monogatari so much, and I can't wait for the last arc of Bake. So that's going to be great. But that's pretty much all I got to say. I didn't really talk about the actual arc of Nadeko Snake, but suffice it to say, it was pretty good. I pretty much got everything I wanted to say in the video. I don't really think I needed to elaborate on any points further. Least favorite arc, probably. I think so far I'd go... God. I think it's between Mayoi Snail and Saruga Monkey for my favorite, and then Hitage Crab is really close, but probably third, and then Nadeko Snake is fourth, and then I think for characters, it's probably Senjo Gahara But Saruga is really, freaking Kambaru is really close. Like, it's really close. But I think it's Senjo Gahara so far, and then Kambaru, and then Hachikuji. But I could flip on any of those three. They're all really close. I really enjoy all three of them. But I think I'm leaning Senjo Gahara, but I really like Kambaru and Hachikuji, so it's really tough. But Nadeko's at bottom. And I'm not ranking Hanakawa until I see her arc. Once I see her arc, she might be number 1 or 2 or 3. She's going to be really high. I can already tell because I fucking love her already. But yeah, that was Bakemonogatari episodes 9 to 10. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, this one will be kind of late, but not as late as the Hunter x Hunter post on the 1st. So it's going to be a little earlier. I think I posted that at 6. I might post this at 5, maybe 4:30 or whatever. Going to try and dance them back towards my noon PST upload time, try and post them a little earlier each day, and then when, Ben 10, I'll maybe post at like 2 or 3, and then, by maybe Ask Class, I'll post at noon again or something. I'll try to dance it back to the time I want to be my normal upload time anyways. So, Flamin' Shark sign out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I will see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Peace!